The Young and the Restless spoilers in the update hint that Amanda Sinclair may soon learn about her connection to Hillary Curtis. Since Amanda's first appearance on Date Soap, the characters as well as onlookers have wondered how Amanda could be connected with Hillary. However, she has already begun to make a name for herself beyond becoming someone with a face like Hillary. The upcoming episodes will demonstrate that the link between Hillary and Amanda can be revealed, and it could send shockwaves through the city of Genoa. What is the connection between Amanda and Hillary? One way that Amanda could be connected to Hillary would be if she were Hillary. This may be close to the way Adam is acting. As viewers may remember that Adam lost his memory when presumed dead. I also think I am someone else. This could explain Amanda's plot if they followed it. It will also explain why the news could lead to Devin Hamilton, Elena Dawson, Nate Hastings, and Amanda being involved in the plot being affected by Amanda's revelation of the past. It will be interesting to see how they will explain Amanda as Hillary if they decide to go that route. Another way they could connect the two would be to have Amanda and Hillary be separate twins. It will explain why they have similar faces and will explain the backstory of Amanda being taken care of as a child. It would probably bring Amanda and Devin closer because Amanda probably wanted to know more about her twin sister. The perfect place to get her acquainted with Hillary would be in the city of Genoa and from the guy who loves Hillary. It will be interesting to see how they handle this plot and how Amanda will be connected with Hillary. According to those revelations, it will affect Amanda, Nate, Elena, and Devin. So it will be interesting to see how it plays out. What do you think? What do you think Amanda's secret connection to Hillary is? The Young and the Restless spoilers revealed that a currently very popular couple will take turns this fall with no one appearing. What will happen to Daria that might shock you as well as them? Soap Opera Digest's Swy R. Saver will reveal some details about all the impending red-hot action on your favorite soap this fall. It's clear that Mariah Copeland and Tessa Porter will have more stories than they are now, but Daria fans may not like the result of their increased exposure. Mariah was raised in a cult and it is a miracle she is as normal as usual. There is a lot to do with her mother, Sharon Newman. Mariah has been killed by Sharon and the mother and daughter are now happily reunited. To prove her love and loyalty, Young and the Restless spoilers show that Mariah was with her mother as she battled breast cancer. The TPTB at Y&R has stated that Sharon's current story will end this fall. Now they also say that when the show turns winter, Daria will have a big problem. There are some tough Daria fans out there cheering for the couple to finally live a happy life forever, but that might prove impossible. Both women make mistakes, but Tessa often lets her behavior go into the dark. Was she the one to throw a wrench into their relationship? Believe it or not, it's up to you. No. Mariah will be the one to do something about their future together. In fact, Mariah will make an unexpected decision that changes the couple's trajectory. Will it be a stretch for couples? She can ask Tessa to get back on track, or she can finally find her dream job and put it first, beyond her private life. It will be interesting to see how the couple cope with the challenge. They've been back for months now, but that's about to change. Revealed that the Abbott family will be ruffled to its core after embarking on a journey to further explore the Dina Mergeron couple's past. Well, there is still much to be discovered and her children hope they can before she fights Alzheimer's. The Surface's ultimate secret is a mysterious child. Looks like Dina has a son whose family has never known. And that boy had a boy who just happened to come to town, Theo Vanderway. In a wonderful soapy coinkydink, Theo is close friends with his anonymous cousin, Kyle Abbott. Apparently that story happened and now is the time to find more secrets. Too bad DPTV didn't think about what the Dina Goldmine past would be like before they infused her with a fatal illness. We don't see Dina much these days anyway, but her presence is making the story crazy. Soap Opera Digest has previewed what's available in store for the Abbott family over the coming weeks and we think you might be surprised. Here's what we know so far. Dina asks to see an old movie Go Home. Includes clues about her past, one that might provide a solution for her if her family can find out the mystery before she dies. Jack Abbott, Tracy Abbott and Ashley Abbott are all dedicated to finding this clue. Will they find what they are looking for? Along the way, they have a journey that will be revealed and enlightened. The story brought Eileen Davidson back to the role of Ashley Abbott. Showrunners has hinted that as a result of her family's journey, Ashley will find romance. I wonder if this is happening to someone new or if she's activating something in town. Let us know what you think about this Y&R plot fan. Will you be sad to see that Dina Mergeron is finally gone and leaving her family behind? And who do you think Ashley would be romantic with? Will it be the ultimate, seductive or explosive romance? In Theo's hotel room, Lola phoned Theo to order breakfast. He replied that he didn't know what she liked, So he asked the room server to check on a few different dishes while she was taking a shower. She whispered that he seemed to know what she liked. He approaches her passionately, but she says they won't sleep again because she has to go to work. Hopefully he and Lola can eat together and talk, and she asks what's wrong. He admitted that this was the first time she'd spent the night with someone other than Kyle, and he wanted to make sure she was fine. She assured him that it was not an impulsive act and that he exceeded her expectations. She added that meant he cared, but he shouldn't be. She asked him to help her find a bra. Jack came home indignantly, whistling happily. Tracy shows up and he worries that he will wake their mother. Tracy reports that Dina woke up and went with the nurse, and she teased Jack for walking in her living room. He explained that he was late to the office to jot down some ideas and fall asleep on his desk. He sensed that she thought he was lying, but she was happy to see him cheerful and energetic, whatever the reason. Tracy is surprised to say that Jack is starting to work, especially after their mother's text. Jack admits that he went home to watch their old family movie and hear their father's words about finding love. Jack swore that he would never start his life just for work again, for he would find a balance in life if it killed him. Later, Jack found Theo at the mansion, when he had just visited Dina. Theo explained that he wanted her to talk about everything that happened to him and he hoped everything would be all right. Jack reiterated that Theo was always welcome, and he asked Theo if he had any good news to share. It was reported that Billy had hired him as the new talented director of Chancellor Communications, and Jack was surprised that it was Theo's chance to make a name there. It was reported that Dina seemed pleased and he felt that she was more receptive to their conversation than one might think. Jack recounts that Dina skillfully conveyed her feelings when she gave them a hint that led to the discovery of an old house in the movie that John said about finding love was more important than anything. Something else. What? It was a good message to all of them, thoughtfully. Theo suddenly said there was somewhere he needed, and he rushed out. Jack wished he knew what was going on in Dina's mind when she saw her kids running back and forth from the old movie home. Tracy thinks they can only be sure of what they have seen, and Dina is thrilled to watch the movie. Jack commented that Dina was not the only one, and he wondered what John would think if he saw his 3 children back then, all happy and successful but lacking something very important in life. Them. Jack decides that he won't settle down, and he vows to have everything his parents want for him and more. Tracy recalls that all of their fathers wanted them to be happy. Jack realizes that he has lived an incredible life, and he resolves to stop blaming Dina for his mistakes, as her choices never stop him from getting the love he wants. Tracy thinks they have to take responsibility for their own choices, and she feels pretty good with her life back then. She worries that Jack doesn't feel the same way about him. At the society, Kyle and Summer tended to solve some business problems. Mariah overhears when Summer excitedly checks her phone to announce the new home listing. Mariah is horrified as the couple are searching for new love on Lola's field. Kyle says they checked to make sure Lola wasn't there that morning, and Mariah thinks it's a good thing for Lola to overhear. Kyle argued that they couldn't live in a hotel forever, but Mariah encouraged them to dedicate their thoughts to the crushed person when Kyle and Summer reunited. Kyle swore that the last thing they wanted to do was rub it. Mariah entered the guild kitchen and was surprised to find Lola there. Lola said she came through the following entrance because that morning she started late. Mariah jokingly asked if Lola had a hot date, and Lola revealed that she went out with Theo to celebrate his new job at Chancellor Communications. Mariah realizes that it's not unusual for Lola to fall asleep, and she asks what time Lola was home. Lola blushed, and Mariah realized that Lola was not home yet. Lola realizes how Mariah feels about her and as a couple, but Mariah promises that she won't judge. Mariah emphasized that all that matters is how Lola feels when taking the next step. Lola calls the evening very cheerful, but Mariah thinks Lola is not like me. Lola admits that having sex is a different experience for someone she doesn't mind. Mariah hopes Theo doesn't put pressure on Lola, but Lola reports that he will be the one in restraint. Lola swears it was her call, but Mariah suspects that Lola has regretted it. Lola realizes that people usually have normal sex, but Mariah feels that Lola is trying to convince herself that it's a good thing. Mariah advises that something can feel good without feeling right. Lola confides that she wants to be the type of woman who knows what she wants and works hard for it, but she thinks she needs to practice more before having sex. She continued that it looked like she was playing the role, but she hopes that will change. Mariah asks if she has talked to Theo about it, but Lola hopes he will panic if she does. Mariah points out that just because Lola has slept with someone once doesn't mean she can't refuse in the future, and that will always be Lola's call. Meanwhile, Summer reluctantly promises Kyle that she won't see the real estate listings while they're at the guild. Kyle reasoned that Mariah was only asking them to be sensitive to Lola's feelings, but Summer grumbled that it wasn't like they asked Lola to serve the housewarming for them. Kyle recalled that Lola had gone down the high path by not giving them grief when she had every right, and Summer questioned whether he intended to give Lola the medal to the saint. Kyle argues that just because Lola looks good on the outside doesn't mean she's not hurt. Check out the exciting episodes on Y&R.